I mean, you can hate on me all you want to, but what can you possibly say to somebody that looks like Rambo pretty much with his shirt off?
I remember people used to come up to me and be like, "That's your ex-boyfriend? Aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you ashamed?"
If I walked in the door and seen myself, I'd probably grab my girl real quick.
I never once had that feeling at all because I knew his story. I knew he came from like the depths of hell and addiction, got sober, and then became overnight superstar famous on his own. I enrolled in the local college here.
And we were in math class together.
We just immediately hit it off. Like, he was very charismatic and charming like he is now. Just immediately were like a couple.
In the beginning of our relationship, I was experimenting with lots of different substances because we had originally broke up around 3 years into my relationship because I had to go to rehab my first time.
And I just was too young to fight that battle with him. So we parted ways, but there was never like animosity. It was like he had to clean his act up and just get it together.
I didn't necessarily pay attention when I went to rehab. I didn't think I had a problem. And I got right back to being, in my 20s, partying and having fun. I started doing fitness and underwear modeling for a number of months. On that road, I was noticed and recommended to do a casting for a show called America's Biggest Guido. That was the original groundwork for what we now know, which is Jersey Shore. This is the situation right here. My abs are so ripped up, you call it the situation.
The day he got home, he called me.
I think I was trying to make her a little jealous.
He's like, "Oh my God, I just filmed this show. It's gonna be so big and so amazing, but you're really not gonna like what I did."
The show became a monster success. We got thrust upon superstardom, and one of the first things that I thought to myself was, now I can really party. No one really knew that I was suffering from the disease of addiction. I was trying to hide it. When I was discovered by Jersey Shore, it was just asking to document me what I was already doing. So I definitely don't point the blame at Jersey Shore. I just point the blame at sort of myself.
When I would watch him on the show, I could always recognize when he was using and when he wasn't.
I was young and immature and careless, and then when you sprinkle in substance abuse, it eventually led me to be going to prison. I wasn't really making the best decisions, and I wasn't double-checking accountants. I didn't know who was doing what, and eventually that's what you get.
I moved back home, and it's very weird because he never left New Jersey, but I had never run into him. And we're in the same county, never once. And then we ran into each other at a gym. When I saw him at the gym, I knew he wasn't fully doing well. And I was like, I have a choice, and I could either like entertain us being together in the future and working on this going forward, but I know I've done it before with him. Like, I know this is gonna be a lifelong commitment and challenge to fight this battle with him together. And we got back together immediately. It was like no time had lost. My younger brother, Christopher, he struggled with opiates. We didn't really know what was going on because he was away at school. Once our family figured out what was happening, we got him into treatment. He went to rehab a few times. He was 25 years old. He passed of an overdose, and he was living in a sober house. So it was really terrible. He was just so young. I feel like he didn't have the examples, but I wish that he had the time to see Mike today, because I feel like you would be such a role model to like pull yourself out from the depths of hell.
But we're bringing the message today, and I'm sure he is proud of us that we're bringing the message.
He's definitely proud. Today. So that's why I said before when I saw him, so the second I did, it was just us against the world and figuring out him against his addiction.
And it has been us against the world for a long time.
I just am so grateful that he's gotten sober and given me the platform to share the story of my brother in his memory to help people.
You pretty much helped save your soulmate, and we are bringing the message to millions of people, and that's God's purpose, to help others.
That's what I felt. I felt that I was being dragged by a power bigger than me towards him.
When I was in my 20s, I was just, a sort of shell of myself. If you would have told me that you're 4 years clean and sober, married to your college sweetheart, being your best self and living your best life, I'd tell you that you're full of it.
But I've experienced both ends of addiction. So my brother who had overdosed and Mike who has come out the other end. It's possible.
And also showing anyone that's watching that the comeback is truly greater than the setback.